Oh boy, is no one happy right now. So, welcome back to a random discussion that I'm doing impromptu because I actually want to rant about how shitty, not shitty, let's go, what's a good way of phrasing this? Incompetent behaviors management is. Or maybe, like, it's no secret that Behavior as a company has a very, very bad management team. From not fixing the game properly for the past 9 years, everyone complains about it. We kind of just begrudgingly went along. Focusing on license instead of OG stuff, not really caring about the player base, not caring about new players, not caring about veterans, blah 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 blah, is no evidence that the managers do not care. But it's starting to kind of seep through that a lot of the player base is starting to understand that there's a large feeling that the employees themselves also don't care, or at least the people who are in, like, the high-ranking positions who have to relate what, like, they say, things like that. Now, personally, I've had this opinion for a while that Behavior does not care about Dead by Daylight. I'm stuck here till it dies, but the game is unplayable right now. For those that don't know, there is a bug. I'm going to list the perk. I'm not going to say how to do it, but there is a bug with Streetwise that lets you be able to do gens in 60 seconds. That's by yourself. There is, if you get lucky enough, you can do gens in 33 seconds. That is an insane time save, because back in 2016, gens were 60 seconds since release. And then they've been buffed to, or nerfed to 90 seconds because it was too good to do them at 60. But now we can see that if I open up Twitter here, this is a little fun aspect. You can see here on the forums, Jocelyn Awakens, make it clear, don't target the devs specifically, target the management, because typically in these instances, management dictates what the devs are allowed to do, so it is their fault or the company's fault. It is not Jocelyn, she doesn't do anything, she just relates what the people who make the decisions say, and obviously we don't know who makes the decisions, for obvious reasons, because the people who make those decisions don't want to get witch hunted. So, here they are. Streetwise does not meet the criteria for a kill switch. It sucks to have to say that plainly, as the last thing I want to do is minimize player concerns or frustrations. The team is aware, it's being monitored, but it is not breaking the game, which is factually untrue. When you make gens get nerfed 30 seconds, and they get 30 seconds shorter, that nerfs every single slowdown in the game. That makes it harder to get rid of enough resources in time. That makes your chases even more impactful, so every small mistake is now a major mistake. It's not even hard to set up. This is something that they say on the forums themselves. If we go to the forums, why is Streetwise not kill switch? This is where it originally came from. They said, respectfully, considering how long it takes to exploit the bug, it isn't affecting games enough to meet the criteria. I am not discounting the frustration or feedback about how it is being used. However, until it is game breaking, it will not receive a kill switch. It is a nuclear option. So, if we go down, I respond to that myself on the forums because that is the dumbest fucking response I've ever heard, and I understand that they are correlating from someone else, but that is very, very stupid for the simple reason of my post right here. It takes 20 seconds to do. If a survivor spawns in Shack with Streetwise and the chest spawns right there, they can have it open and get a 1000 charge toolbox before 39 out of 40 killers can get to that map consistently. The only exception being maybe Ghoul. I realize now that Blight or Billy, depending on RNG with the map, can also get there in time. But they can just cycle back to Shack or another chest anyway, and time seems to take maybe a minute to do the exploit and make every gen you do go from 90 to 60 seconds for the rest of the game is an insane time save. Especially because it gives this killer less time to remove resources, get downs, and use perks, and that's if one guy is using it and not all 4 survivors. I have faced 2 teams who brought shiny coins to make getting chests even easier. Respectfully, whoever's beyond the kill switch decision on the live balance team needs to strongly reconsider their stance on what counts as game breaking. And yes, I did do the respectfully comma thing as a small venom towards that original message, and I understand that I probably shouldn't have, but at the same time, like, this is such a, I'm sorry, this is just a dipshit response. That it is game breaking. Like, just flat out, this makes the game unplayable for certain killers. Gens were made to take longer because of weaker killers needing it, and things like that. Like, you can't play Trapper or Hag right now. Their entire thing is setting up a 3-gen. If people run Streetwise, they already have the time as you're setting up your little patrol area to make gens go faster, and then you can't counter it because you have less time to do stuff. And normally this wouldn't be bad. Hey, maybe this gets fixed tomorrow on Tuesday. Not really a big deal, right? One more day. It's only been a week of this bug existing, right? And maybe that's true, but they knew about the bug since Wednesday, at the very minimum, because people instantly reported it when people found out. And instead of being like, oh, we'll kill switch it, they're defending them not kill switching, saying it's not broken enough, which we already know mathematically is not true. And the only thing they have kill switch is the game offering, because it was actively crashing lobbies. So to my knowledge, as of right now, the only way that they will kill switch something is if it crashes the game. Which isn't true, because Nemesis was able to get infinite play with your food stacks and move at 15% speed, and they kill switched him. For haste, they kill switched Houndmaster on release because she was moving from her powers movement speed base kit, just no matter what you did. So more haste. Sadako was invisible if she used nowhere to hide, they kill switched that. Nurse was buggy, she wasn't even crashing game, she was just buggy, they kill switched her for what, 6 months? But making gens go 60 seconds faster doesn't get kill switched? How does that make sense? There's a reason this has so many vote downs on their own website. Like, it makes no sense to keep. Now, not only do we not know what their kill switch qualifications are anymore, they are in the Discord, in the official DBD Discord, they are having 10 times worse the amount of quality controls they are in the forums. Over here, they have Streetwise does not meet the kill switch criteria. There are much worse bugs right now, which is a crazy statement to say, that no one is asking me about that affects things a lot worse. Okay? Because a bug is not widespread as much as the Streetwise one, and might be a bit rarer, doesn't mean that it's, like, why are we picking? Gordira listed great, it's not a competition between bugs. If Streetwise is one that the players actively have to do, and it's not just accidental, then yes, you have to kill switch it because people can't control themselves to not swing the game in their favor as much as possible. And then you have, quite a few responses. Again, Streetwise is barely being used, and it is not the worst bug we have right now. They kill switch the other shit! Reportable and bannable for exploiting. Using Streetwise is not bannable. So not only are they not kill switching it, if you find people abusing the bug for easy wins, your reporting them does nothing, which also makes no sense. Truthfully, no one should have been told about the kill switch. Is a crazy response. So far they introduced a bug, they learned about the bug, they refused to kill switch it even though it makes killer miserable play based on mathematical time sinks. They then say that the kill switch feature should have never been announced. I don't even know what that means. Would it have been that you could still run the stuff, but nothing would have happened if you used it? Like say that the kill switch feature wasn't added, and someone queued up as Nemesis. Would they just not be able to move, or would the lobby crash each time they tried? Would the game offering just do nothing? Like, I don't know what this means. Did they have a kill switch feature before it was, like, a thing, and just, like, never use it? Like, this gets worse the longer you stare at the message. And if the game cannot be completed normally and is broken by a bug, it is kill switched. Which isn't true, because the Merciless Storm, as Gojiro pointed out, was kill switch or regressing generators more than intended. That doesn't make the game uncompletable. It makes it harder. Just like Streetwise makes it harder to win as killer. For the people who have a chance to actively DC a player from the game, by the way, not kill switch. I didn't even know about that one until now. That's crazy. Why is that not kill switch? You even have Hens, who... I love Hens. Very, very swell guy. He is a very big defendant of behavior. He's not even defending them this time. He's one of the few people I know from the content creator scene who whenever behavior starts getting shit on, he comes out of the woodworks and he's like, guys, don't shit on behavior, please. They're trying their best. He gave up. I don't know a single creator this time who's like, guys, come on, let's give behavior a chance. They'll fix it in the next update, guys. Everyone's given up this time. We're just so done. This is the bug list for this patch by Alran, and this probably doesn't even cover everything. But each time there's a new bug found, he updates it more. There's so many. There's multiple bugs. And like, he's just updating it as he goes. And most of these will not get fixed tomorrow. I can already assure you of that. So you got Ace of the Hole can spawn out of season add-on. Springtrap now hears his doors closed twice. Hooks on several maps are rotated or misplaced. Night guards can still chase random survivors. The game will seem to continue normally, but the survivor's true location is inside the locker with Wesker and Springtrap. And now there's people making memes about there are worse bugs out there. It's just... it's a clusterfuck of an update, dude. And the worst part is that you have so many people boycotting. Like, Gorgero is probably the prime example. They've uninstalled the game while they wait for it to get fixed. But here's the thing. This has happened every single year. There is always one patch that is more buggy than any other patch that year, that everyone gets together and it's like, hey, this sucks, please fix it. They fix some of it, and then people forget. And the reason people forget is because of the license fatigue. I don't think I really have to explain what that means, but just in case you don't know, every single time this happens, Behavior comes out with another licensed chapter, and I do mean specifically licensed. If we go to the official deadbydaylight.com/game/chapters, you can see some of the older ones. The last time this happened, like majorly, was with Twins. And then Trickster. And then we had Nemesis, and Resident Evil was huge. And people loved Resident Evil. And then we had Wesker. And then we had Nick Cage, into Xeno, into Chucky, into Alan, into D&D, Lara Croft, Castlevania, Ghoul, FNAF. There's too many licenses for them to do this now. It's no longer way back on launch. The game almost died because Nurse came out and the game was in such a horrid state. And then Myers came out. And that saved Dead by Daylight. Because that, back then, in 2016, was a huge, huge deal. It is no longer a huge deal for a Dead by Daylight, or any game really, to get a license collaboration. That is the norm for live service games now. So now, I genuinely think boycott number 64,000 from the DBD community might actually function this time. If the next chapter is OG, we are getting one in September with a new character. After that, it's like 3 more licenses or whatever. I don't know what those licenses are. I'm not a behavior dev. Sometimes I wish I was, sometimes I'm happy I'm not. But I don't think whatever they are, it will have as much of an impact as FNAF, or Tokyo Ghoul, or D&D, or Nicolas Cage. There is no other big licenses left that can matter to bring people back to the game outside of just fixing the video game. And I really recommend people to not play right now. And there's only one other time I've ever said don't play the video game, and that was when scope-based matchmaking came out. I generally think playing during that time is miserable. But now I'm just, don't play. The devs don't care. You shouldn't either. And unless you want to have a few meme sessions, maybe some fun with friends, do some quirky stuff here and there, not worth playing. I would honestly suggest playing like an hour maybe, see if it's fun, and if you're not having a good time after 2 matches, hop off. Nothing's gonna get fixed. If it does get fixed, great, but it probably won't. Anyway, yeah, this is not a happy video. I want to talk good about behavior. I have a video about my love letter in DBD because I love this game, but holy shit. I don't know what else to say besides I think behavior is actually incompetent at running DBD. And I think DBD is a good game at its core, but my god, do the devs behind it have no idea what they're doing. Also, small thing to notice, this is part 2 of the recording because I just remember that I didn't talk about it. This was something else that happened. Community sentiment or feedback's not 100% part of the criteria. What I'm saying is that we'd also have to kill switch 8 things right now that also fall into Streetwise bug category. If the game cannot be completed normally, it's a bug, and is broken by a bug, it is kill switched. Things like that. Streetwise is barely being used. I wish I had your games then, buddy. This is what annoyed me, though. This is what spewed this entire video. We'd have to kill switch 8 things right now. Then do that. Both sides have 10 pages of perks. Even if it's 8 perks on one side, that's 9 other pages minimum, with 15 perks each on them. There's 50-something survivors. You have 40 killers. If you have to kill switch every single free character, make free trials for the other fucking characters until it's fixed. Get off your ass and fix the video game. It's not that hard. You have been doing this job for 9.5 years, and it's still the same buggy piece of shit.